So let me tell you exactly what we're going to do. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to do now to earn one. So you've already moved to your assigned seats, and I want you to remain seated. So if you need something, pencil, paper, your pencil sharpened, then you'll ask me, and I will do it for you. You want to take that off? You can take that off. It is a little, it's comfortable today. The next thing is you will need a sharpened pencil. You may need your Chromebook. And I'm going to pass out a worksheet because you're going to first write your name and today's date on your worksheet. 1 second, Yvonne. And then we're going to write a telegram sharing one fact that you have learned about World War I. Who can tell me what a telegram is? AJ, can you hand me my phone? Anyone knows what a telegram is? I do believe we discussed telegrams when we talked about the Zimmerman telegram.
Is it like
I'm listening to Bakia.
describing someone?
A telegram is just one way that we send messages to people. It's just a mode of communication that we use. So I'm going to pass out a sheet of paper to you so that you all can write your very own telegram. And what's going to go in your telegram? Who remembers what's going to go? Who can tell me what's going to go in your telegram?
A name and a name.
Well, no, that's going to go at the top of your paper. But if you look at
One fact I have learned about the
the U.S. involvement during World War I. So I'm going to give you a timer. We're going to have 5 minutes to share one fact that you have learned about the U.S. involvement in World War I.
How am I going to remember?
How are you going to remember? Isn't it what we've been talking about since last week?
Yes, thank you.
Anything? Do we remember anything? I just gave you a clue. I talked about the Zimmerman telegram.
I remember that the USA got involved into the World War I because they kept on cheating. They kept on cheating. They would send their weapons to the other states that it was helping.
To the other states that it was helping. Let's do this.
Oh no wait.
I'm going to put a timer up here for 5 minutes. I'm going to let you use your Chromebook. So if you can quickly Google search one fact, maybe you put that question in there. One fact I have learned about U.S. involvement during World War I is, and you're going to finish that sentence. And then we're going to brush up on our memory of our World War I history. Because it seems like we need a refresher. The World War You're welcome. You know anything about World War I? Or you can just write a telegram about your school. And you can share with Miss Hewitt. All right, so we have 3 minutes and 30 seconds.
That's a long book.
Yeah, that's quite a bit of time. And I gave you guys a clue. And I'm allowing you to use your Chromebook, so you have a great advantage. And guess what? Since you're using your Chromebook, that means I want to see some really good responses in your Telegram.
So we have this picture for you. You can remember.
We're almost down to just 2 minutes.
1 minute.
Love it. Make sure that what you're writing, your one fact that you are choosing to write in your Telegram, relates to what we've discussed in class. Something that we learned during social studies last week and on yesterday. And when you're done with your Telegram, one sentence will do. When you're done with your Telegram, you can give me a thumbs up to let me know that you finished. But make sure that your name and your date is on there before you turn it in. Because if your name and date is not on there, I can't give you credit for writing a Telegram. Done.
Almost
Name and date. You have at least one fact that you've learned about U.S. involvement in your Telegram. Date your paper, Yosef. Perfect Imani. Bless you. All right. Bakio, let me know. You've got 15 seconds, and then you're going to turn it over. We're going to move on to our next assignment. Yep, you see that? So finalize your sentence.
4, 3, 2, 1. Good.
Yes. I'll say finish.
All right.
Let's go.
All right. So you can turn your Telegram over and place it in the corner. We're going to move on to the next part. So, as I mentioned, we've been learning about the U.S. involvement in World War I. That is our learning target. And then, how do we know we're successful? I can describe the U.S. involvement in World War I. I can identify the events that led to the U.S. joining World War I. And I can summarize the main ideas of the Treaty of Versailles. Is that Versailles? I can summarize the main ideas of the Treaty of Versailles, which was done in 1919, and how it affected the World War after the war. So, this is what we're going to do, because we need to recall those facts. So one of the ways in which we can recall those facts is we're going to use a newspaper worksheet, and we're going to match each fact to the correct headline about the U.S. involvement during World War I. So you're going to become newspaper reporters. You're going to be news reporters. You're reporting the news about World War One. You have to know when the event happened, and you have to know what the event is. So I have taken the time to create a newspaper for you all, and you all have some headlines. You have some. You won't need your pencil. You're gonna paste your events onto your newspaper. So we have some headlines here. We also have some events here. I'm going to pass out an event for everyone, a set of events. How many events, how many headlines do you have on your newspaper?
7.
Oh, perfect. You guys did that together. You have 7 headlines on your newspaper. Make sure you have 7 events in your cutout. Here's a glue stick for you. You should get
I got 7.
I got 8.
You got 8? Okay. So if you have an extra, don't worry about it. Once you begin to match your events to your headlines, you'll be able to eliminate the ones that you don't need if you have an extra. 7? How many? Okay. So I'm going to read some. One of the best ways for us to do this is like what, I'm not sure if you're putting, they're not in order.
Okay, I got 7.
So I would take my events and I would just lay them out so that I can see them all. Then you want to take some time and I will help you to read your headlines. So Joseph, let's go ahead and take those events and let's lay them out so that we can see them all. All right. And now I'm going to read some of the events. I'm going to read the headlines for you. So we have in January 1917 the Zimmerman telegram. On April 6, 1917, the United States enters the war. On June 28, 1919, the Treaty of Versailles is signed. On June 28, 1914, the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand, okay. And then in late summer of 1914, we have World War I begins. On May 4th, 1916, we have the Sussex Pledge, and I've covered that one up, but could someone tell me about what date the sinking of the Lusitania ship was? When did that occur?
June 28. Wait, no.
The sinking of the Lusitania ship, when did that occur?
1950?
Okay, what's the date?
1950.
Is it May 7, 1915?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay. So what do we notice about these headlines?
All of them has a different time or which event led up to.
Exactly. But guess what else? They're not in order. They're not in order today, but later on, you guys will create a timeline so that you can put your events in the correct order. But for today, we're just going to match the events with the headlines, okay? All right, so you can begin your assignment. If anyone needs help with reading their events, I can lend you some support. But let's begin. Everyone has a glue stick?
No.
Yes, you do. All right. We've already reviewed our headlines. And you actually do have these, so you probably have 2 of the same. So I'm going to put that here because I see that you have 2 of the same. All right. So Imani, choose one of your events that you'd like to put into your paper. Choose any one that you like.